How you doing, Resnick students? It's Mr. Clay. It is April 6th, 2020. It's good to see you. Well, I can't really see you, but hopefully I'll see you this week during my office hours, and I'll have that information below next to the assignment. But I want to start you off with your weekly activity. There's going to be an activity and a response every week, and it'll be posted by 9:30 on Mondays. So that's a place where you can check in and see what you're going to be learning about this week with me. So one way to explore art is using Artful Thinking. There's probably about 6 different strategies, but we're going to really focus on the question side of it and also the observing side. So for an example, I hope that you're closely observing me right now and listening and watching me. Or I'm observing that on this Resnick t-shirt, I really like the curve and kind of wavy style of lettering or font that's on my shirt. Okay, so I have to closely look at that. Another thing is questions. So you should kind of know about questions, but you can think of questions as in like who, what, why, when, how. Think about sentences that start with that make you kind of think, okay, in your mind. Another example could be something along the lines of, why does a pineapple have this really cool design that's repeated all the way around the fruit? Okay. So think about those things to help you get started. And if you want maybe a more challenging or more creative question, you could think of something like this. What if when people turned 8, they could only grow hair like the leaves on the crown of a pineapple? So try to think outside the box with your questions. So this is what I want you to do. Here's your activity. You're going to find an artwork around your house. It could be anything. It could be something that you made last year. It could have been something that you made this week. Maybe it's a design that's on a t-shirt. Extra credit for those of you that can tell me the famous artwork that the background brushstroke style is similar to. Maybe it's a DVD cover or a video game cover. Or even a book cover. I'm sure you have some books at home. Just find any type of artwork that you can see. Could be a poster, could be a magazine, something in the mail that you can find and talk about. And this is what I want you to do with that. I want you to brainstorm a list of 12 questions about that artwork. Okay, so think back to those words that I mentioned before, or if you want to challenge yourself, think about other questions outside of the who, what, when, where, how type of responses. Okay, circle your best one, your most creative one, and share it with someone at home, and maybe ask them to do the same thing. I also want to hear from you about what your questions were. So you can do that by submitting your questions to me, which I'll share more information about that later if you don't already know, or hopefully I'll see you in my office hours. Okay? So don't forget, 3rd through 5th on Tuesdays are my office hours from 1 until 2:55, and each grade has a different slot. On Thursdays, that's for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade from 1 until 2:55. And again, each grade has a different slot. So please make sure you look at that. I hope to hear from you and see you and hear about your questions and your cool art making this week. All right? So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And do your best.